Luke, I am your father.
Okay, let's get to the chase. This looks kind of like Star Wars, but what is it? And most importantly, why do I think these things are so darn cool and are going to help you in your stage lighting? Let's turn myself green and dive in. All right, so this is a really cool new product from Mega-Lite called the Light Pipe. Now, as you're looking at it, you might see from what I'm doing here, you might see a couple really cool things that it's doing. Essentially, it is a piece of truss pipe, of single tube spigot truss, meaning that it's what we call here in the US sometimes DJ style truss, right? Where it has a spigot, it has a pin, and a clip. Okay, or in this case it comes with bolts, but it'll work with typical pin and clip truss. Okay, then you've got this nice long tube of structural trussing pipe, and on the other side, you've got some LEDs. You've got a nice LED strip. What they've done here, what Mega-Lite has done basically, is they've added a new product to their Deco line. And yes, hopefully they're all laughing back at the Mega-Lite office because they say I pronounced that wrong. But it just helps because then if somebody calls them asking about Deco, you know they came from here. But this is a really cool new addition to their line because it does a few things that I think nothing's ever done before. And I say that in a really serious tone. I don't like to say that because marketing departments say that all the time. But this is really the first time that I've seen an actual structural piece of truss that I could take and I could, for example, hang a light off of. Like here's a double coupler clamp just as an example. Okay, I go and I put that right over top here, right? I line up the open side with the light. I find that to be the best way to do it. And I can tighten it down all day long. And now this is a weight-bearing, fixture-hanging piece of black pipe with LED tape with a white diffuser on it. And it's really well put together. That's what I think I like the best about this, is anybody, sure, could go. You've maybe done this, other people have done this, and line a piece of truss, line a pipe like this, line a tube with some LED tape and call it a day, right? And that's cool, but you know, you get to use that once and you break it by the time you take it down, right? This thing is meant to be used. Like I said, you know, it's a load-bearing piece of pipe. On the two ends, there are 5-pin connectors, 5-pin XLRs that carry the low voltage signal, okay? The 24-volt DC power to run this LED tape, okay? On the other end, you've got an output. And they've packaged this really well. So you get the tube, you get the spigot, and you get the wires coming out on either end with cable ties on them from the factory. So it's really cool how they've put this together. And I think it has a lot of interesting uses. Like initially, you know, things like this, right? Where I'm just using a simple coupler clamp that goes from a half couple clamp to the pin and for this type of truss that, you know, many manufacturers make. And boom, I can just start stacking these up. They can bear weight. They can hang fixtures off of them, and they look really stinking cool, okay? Where, you know, they're light, you know, I can make them bright, I can make them dim, I can change their color, and they put out a lot of light, actually. I think you can see that, especially if we look over here at this camera. You can see how much light in this pink right now is shining upon me. It's really stinking cool. And so I think that's the next thing is like, not only is this a cool backdrop piece, you know, I can hang it from my truss, I can actually take, you know, off the end of a truss, as long as it's pin truss like this, and I can just attach this in there. I can attach it and go up off of a truss totem, off of just a stand-up stick of truss, and I can go, you know, another 4 or 5 feet high or whatever. They do come in lengths up to 8 feet, which is pretty stinking cool. And their lengths are all in feet, not metric, but feet, which is also cool because it's being sold in America. But I think it's really cool that not only is this something that is structural, like I could put this together, I could get some little corner pieces and connect these guys with this one, you know, down at the bottom, right out of your view, you know, at the top, I could come off my truss this way. You know, there's so many things I can do. And I think it's really neat because it's like, hey, look at this here. this could be a film and TV type light where you need to get some light on a face. You have a spot on your stage where you've got truss and you've just got this weird spot where it's hard to light people. Well, hold on a second. It's no longer that hard because I could just take this upright, right? Stick it up here, stick one on either side of a person coming out of an entranceway or something, right? And point this here and look at this. It lights them. You can see that on the other side of me. Like, it totally lights me really well. If I did one on each side, it would light me really well. I can actually do that over here in the other camera, right? And I can find my spot here. Whoop. There we go. And light myself from both sides, and it looks really nice. It's diffuse. It's, something that could be used overhead, just for, an event space where you just need some soft lighting coming down the hallway. Just boom, pin a bunch of these together, give them an appropriate level support, and off to the races you go. So if you're interested in these, I think they're really cool. They're well built. They're better built than I thought they were going to be. I mean, I knew they'd be built to a certain level of ruggedness, but really where the attention on where the cable comes in, the powder coating, everything on these just looks really good. And so these are part of the Deco system from Mega-Lite. So in this case, there's a few ways that you can kind of slice the cake with Deco, so to say. And so let's walk through those really quick. Okay, the first is kind of the old way. So I have a 24 CV24 driver from Mega-Lite. Okay, these have RJ45 outputs for different lights. With a brain like this, with a power supply like this, I can run 24 different fixtures individually where they all program individually. They use the Cat6 termination because that's compatible with a whole wide range of their Deco system. Okay, if you're just doing light pipes, this fixture, which you can do in different lengths that all have different wattage ratings, then they actually have a variety of new drivers that weren't quite out when I filmed this video, but are out now when it comes out, that go direct. They're IP65 rated. Oh yeah, these things are IP65 rated. Okay, so you can put them outside. So they're IP65 rated, and it basically, you can get a driver box that goes with these. We've got them on Lord Stage Lighting Gear, and we'll link to them below. Right out of the driver, you've got the 5-pin waterproof XLR plug. Then you can buy the cables that come with them and the fixtures themselves, and everything is a waterproof plug from the box to the fixture. Done. Nice and easy. So if you're looking for something that kind of has that extra wow factor that is not your typical thing that you see on stages, but you want to be able to use it a bunch of times, rearrange it at will, use it in ways that are both sometimes structural or not structural. Like another way I thought of is, using this as a handrail in an outdoor type setting where, you have one that comes up, maybe not this tall, and then you use a top piece, you go sideways, and you could chain a bunch of these together, have a bunch of runs of them, have them doing some really cool animations. I think what's cool about, the world we live in is new products like these can come out all the time and basically give us new tools. Hey, for film and TV type lighting, new tools for architectural, for architainment, for entertainment, where you can have really interesting elements on stage, rearrange them at will, and create whatever it is you want to create to make a really amazing show. And that's what excites me about new products like this. Making amazing events is what we're all about here. And I think these light pipes from Mega-Lite, again, available in a variety of different lengths that all have different wattage ratings, and pairable with different drivers, so that you get the fixture, you get the drivers, you pair together depending on if you want to control them all individually or you want to chain multiple together, which makes it a lot easier to set up. They have an in and an out with their 5-pin waterproof XLR plug. Boom! And you're off to the races. So check these out. We've got them. We can answer any questions you have at Lord Stage Lighting Gear and help build a package that fits all of your needs, whether it's mixed with other Deco fixtures, maybe with one of their traditional Deco drivers, or just going full light pipe with the light pipe drivers, the light pipe fixtures, and some extra cables. And we'd love to package that together for you. If that sounds good, check it out at Learn Stage Lighting Gear, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Thanks.